Hey YouTube. Hi guys. Hey, how's it going? Hey y'all. I just got a really good topic from the ladies in the Level Up group. So I thought I would come here and let's talk about it with y'all. Hey, thank y'all for coming. Thank you guys. Thank you. Um, so the topic today is men fall in love with their eyes and women fall in love with their ears. Okay. Hey, boos. Hey, y'all. Dang. Uh-oh, getting ready for your date, huh? Oh, thank you. Okay, so men fall in love with their eyes. Let's talk about that first. Men are very visual. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Miss Neon Eyes, they are very visual. They like what they see. My friend is here, my friend. Hey, friend. So they like what they see. So if you are wanting a man to lust after you, if you're wanting a man to crave you and want you and always want to be around you or whatever, then you have to appeal to what he sees. That means you have to perfect your look, like I always say. You have to make sure that your look is on point at all times. And when I say on point, you have to make sure that if whatever he likes, that's what you need to be giving him as far as your outfits, as far as your makeup, as far as all of those things. Whatever he finds attractive, that's what you need to give him if you want him to be obsessed with you. Women always ask, well, what can I do to make him obsessed with me? What can I do to make him, want me and be so in love with me? That's what you have to do. You have to cater to what his eyes can see. So that means you can't be just, oh, I was in a rush and so I went to the store. Oh, I didn't have time for makeup. I don't know how to do lashes. You know, every time I don't think this kind of hair looks nice on me. All of those things, if you've ever said that, then that means that you aren't willing to put in the work to get a man of means. And this just isn't a man of means. This is every single man. Every man falls in love with his eyes, period. They like what they see. They like I'm gonna tell you how you can know this. When a guy is talking about a new love interest of his, or when he's talking about something that, he's going to his boys and saying, hey man, I met this new girl, blah, 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 blah. The first thing he will do is describe her. He'll describe what she looks like, her hair. He'll say, oh, she's about this tall and, she's got this and that or whatever little attribute he likes the best. He will describe what she physically looks like to his friends. Hands down, every time. A woman, when she talks about a man that she's interested in or a new yeah, you guys can ask questions, of course, yeah. Whenever a woman will describe somebody she met that's new, she'll say, oh, he was so sweet, he was so kind, he told me blah blah blah, he said blah blah blah. They always describe what the man was talking about, what the man was whatever they heard. They always need to work on your look, period. You need to, I don't care if you got to save up to get a better wig. I don't care if you have to, whatever you have to do. I wear glasses. Should I get contacts? Yes. Or if you wear glasses and you can't afford contacts, you need to look like a sexy librarian, period. That's what you need to look like. Because if you don't, glasses are kind of like teacher-ish, mom-ish. So you need to look like a sexy librarian if you're going to wear the glasses. But anyway, so how can you use this to your advantage? You're going to use this to your advantage by wearing things like lace, Men like a lace. You can wear, like it may have a lace bodice or something on a top or on a dress. You can wear things like, silk, anything that's soft and they want to touch it. Wear stuff like that. Wear stuff that accentuates whatever feature it is that is an asset. So if people always tell you, oh man, you have the nicest eyes, you need to make sure that you're doing eyeshadow so that the attention can be drawn to your eyes. And people say you have a nice smile, wear red lips and smile all the time. Work on whatever attribute you have that is something that people compliment you a lot on. You need to ride that thing till the wheels fall off, ladies. I mean, I don't care what it is. If you're big, everybody has something that they can kind of fall back on or lean on that people give them compliments about. So if whatever that is, find out what that is for yourself and just cater to that, but always be like this shirt right here. It's kind of form fitting, but it's wide and it has flowers, so it makes it feminine and things like that. So so always make sure you're very aware that they're going to want to look. They're going to want to, touch and all that other stuff. But you control the dynamic of how far it goes. Always make sure that when you present yourself on a date, when you present yourself, even if you're, out freestyling or whatever, that you are looking your absolute best you can look. And so for the ladies, let's talk about us. We fall in love with our ears. I don't know how many times a day I hear women say, oh, no, he told me this, or he said that he works here, or he told me that he's in love with me. He told me that he wants to marry me. Well, when we were on the phone, he told me this. I hear that so many times a day, and it really drives me insane. Like, what is it about women that no matter what this man, you could have known him for one day, 2 dates. Okay, you went on 2 dates and he proposes to you. What makes you think he really wants to marry you? Like, how in the world can you possibly believe that this man is that enamored with you that he wants to marry you after 2 dates? Like, come on. He told me that I was the only one. He told me that he would never want to be with anybody else and blah, blah, blah. Get over that. Okay? Men lie. People lie. It just is what it is. There are not very many people who are just blatantly honest. You won't meet very many people who just tell you the truth and they just sit in the truth like, and, you just won't. So with that knowledge, use it. Since men are going to lie, most likely. Since men are going to say any and everything to get to the PP, why don't you use that to your advantage? Okay, he told you he want to marry you. All right, well, where's my ring then? You want to marry me? Okay, well, I'm trying to, let me take me home, or let me go home real quick, and let me pack up 2 or 3 little bags so I can move in with you then. Call his bluff. Make sure that he knows that you know that he's lying, but do it in a nice way. You politely say, okay, well, fine. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But if you go into dating, if you go into relations with men or situations with men, always assume they're lying, and you can never lose. Never lose. If a man is that in love with you and he can't live without you and he want to marry you, he gonna go get a ring. He gonna call your daddy and say, hey, can I marry your daughter? He's gonna take the steps and the necessary things in order to make it happen, if that's the case. If this man is really into you and he says he doesn't want to be with anybody else, you will definitely know. He's going to be calling. He's going to be trying to see you. I want to see you again, whatever, But you would have every indication that it's going to happen. And this man is really for real about what he's telling me. You know, he's not going to be, men aren't shy. I hear so many women say this, well, you know, he's just a little shy. You know, he really doesn't like to talk so much. Or maybe he's intimidated by me. I hear that a lot. Or, you know, they're not. That's not the case. If a man wants something, he's going to go get it. They're the lions, we're the gazelles. In every single situation where there's a lion and a gazelle involved, there's always a point in the interaction where they look up and they see each other, right? The lion will be like, yeah, I'm ready now. It's time to go get it, right? The gazelle is like, no, you can't get me. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So the lion has no problem going after what he wants. Men are hunters. Men enjoy the hunt. That's why you can put a man off, put a man off, put a man off, put a man off, ignore DMs, ignore DMs, ignore DMs. And then when you do entertain it and you do feed into it, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what happened to him? He said he loved me. You know, that's when that happens because you've been ignoring him because he's been chasing. Once the chase is over, so is the money. So is the attention, so is the time. I made a video about this. There's a man before the PP and there's a man after the PP. You know, if that's his goal, which most likely it is. But some men just want to, like if you've been ignoring a man for so long, if you've been ignoring a man for so long, he is going to, his goal is for you not to ignore him. So sometimes it's literally you answering his DM and entertaining him. He wants to see if you will actually listen to him. I know if I just keep at it, she's eventually going to answer me and I will have won, basically. So don't do it. You know, if you, since you know this about yourself, since you know that you fall in love with your ears, this is how you use it to your advantage. Listen. Listen to what he is saying. What he is saying is what he thinks you want to hear. It's what he thinks you want to hear. He's going to tell you, oh, I know you want to be married. I know you know, I want to marry you. I want to spend my life with you. I want to build you a house. I want you, you know, to have my baby. I want you to, you know, to be a mother to this and da, da, da. He's going to tell you all these things because he knows that's what you want to hear. He knows that's the way to the PP. He knows the ears are connected to the PP when it comes to women. So he's going to say all of these things. Listen. Be quiet long enough to listen. Listen to what he's saying. He's going to give you his game. He's going to show you. If a man tells you, oh, well, what can I do to make you more comfortable? What was your ex like? What were you, tell me more about you. If he tells you things like that, then you know that he is trying to run game. And when he's trying to run game, then you need to, you know, pay attention and start running your game. Assume that he is lying. When you assume that he's lying, then you can't be hurt. You lie too. Assume he's lying. Day one. Okay, I'm talking to, we'll call him David. Y'all hear Baby Fox in the background. Somebody let him slip away. And now he's, okay, one moment. Just a minute. Just a minute. Dang, you messed up my little video. It was going good. Mommy, do this. Mikai. Okay. I gotta run away from kids. I gotta run away from kids. I can't do nothing for these kids. Stop. Okay. Okay, sorry. So, I'm glad this ain't my job or something. Good grief. I would have been fired. But anyway, I know somebody's going to make a comment about, oh, you need to pay attention to your kids and da-da-da-da. Whatever, get a life. So anyway, Y'all know Baby Fox, and he is like something else. So anyway, since you know that, you start your game. You run your game. Always have question. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Always have a goal. Always have always have something in mind that's gonna keep you focused on the game. Realize it's a game. How about that? Let's start at A. Realize it's a game. Realize that he's going to tell you any and everything to make you yield to him, but you don't fall for it. You continue with your game, and you can't lose. You cannot lose. Okay, question. When you try to listen and learn more about him, and he says, "Are you shy? Why aren't you talking much?" What should my response be? You're not shy. You can talk about socks on sale at Target. You can talk about the dinner. You can talk about the restaurant. You can talk about things that are not the norm. You know what I mean? You can talk about things that don't necessarily have to be pertaining to whatever, things about you personally. You can talk without giving up the game. You can talk and be interacting with someone without giving them the game. Like, seriously. So what to do when the guy starts getting deep into religion? Just say, "Oh, I just don't want to talk about anything that's that serious." And just blow it off. You don't have to attend every party that you're invited to. Just because someone starts a conversation this way does not mean that you have to continue the conversation. Switch it up, pretend like you didn't hear him. There's a bunch of different things that you can do to avoid answering a question. You just kind of shift it around, giving them fluff. Yes, I used to have a girlfriend that I thought I was so close to until I finally wised up one day, and I'm like, she really doesn't even talk to me about anything. Like, I really don't even know this girl. She's just, it's a liar basically, but that's a whole story time right there. But anyway, so since you know that you fall in love with your ears, be aware of that. Go in thinking that he's lying, and you can't lose. You can't lose. So that's a major thing. That's a major thing to women. Stop listening to what he says and start looking at what he does. When he shows you who he is, when he shows you that he's serious, that's when you can believe him, and not a minute before that. If he has not proven to you that what he's saying is true, like, for all you know, he could be lying about his name. If you don't see his ID, he could be lying about where he works. If you don't meet him at his place of employment, he could be lying about where he grew up, how he grew up. He could be lying about everything. So just assume that. That's all. Just assume that he's lying. And that's the easiest way for you to up your game and to use the game against him. Pretend like you believe it. Pretend like everything is, you're just falling for all of his lies or whatever. Pretend. That's it. That's all you have to do is pretend. You don't have to talk about things you don't want to talk about. You don't have to do any of that. He's going to want to bait you. He's going to want to feel you out and see how far he can take things. And, if he says, "Oh, I want to be married. I just can't wait to be married and have kids," you should be like, I'm just trying to have fun. I just wanted to have a date. I just want to make new friends. Because when you say, "Really, me too," then it's like, oh my God, then it's like, well, what do you mean? So then he's going to have to get a new strategy. She don't want to be married. Okay, what does she want? So that's what he's going to ask. Well, if you don't want to be married, then what do you want? They just assume that all women are the same, and they most likely are. But you can always be different, and that's what keeps them there. So if you want a man obsessed, to sum it up, if you want a man obsessed, if you want a man always pining after you, if you want a man that is totally in love and infatuated and can't be without you, then you need to appeal to what he sees. Work on your look, lose weight, do things that help the your appearance. Don't drink so much. Don't smoke so much. Do things that help with that. And that is how you can have a man pining after you. Since you know that women fall in love with their ears, stop listening to everything they say. Stop hanging on their words. Stop, believing them, and stop always hanging on every man's words. Stop doing that. Just rely on your intuition. Rely on common sense. I said, yes, men fall in love with their eyes. Yes, that's what I said, or that's what the title is anyway. So just play the game, know the game, and then play the game. Okay? I'm about to go have to whoop 2 little blessings because these little anyway, I'm about to go be with my children, enjoy my evening. So you guys have a very good day. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. But enjoy your day, and thanks for watching. Bye.